Suppose a small particle of mass m is moving in such a way that its potential energy U is equal to AR square. The particle is moving in such a way that the potential energy is equal to AR square, where A is a constant and R is the distance of the particle from the origin. Assuming Bohr's model of quantization of angular momentum is valid and the particle is moving in a circular orbit, we have to find the radius of the nth allowed orbit. So this problem basically tests our understanding of the Bohr model. First of all, potential energy is given as a function of R. U is equal to AR square. The first thing is how to get force from potential energy. Force will be equal to minus du dr. That becomes minus 2AR. This minus sign shows that the force is attractive. So magnitude of the force is just 2AR, and this force provides the necessary centripetal force. The particle is moving in a circular orbit. It needs a centripetal force. So this force provides the necessary centripetal force, which means mv square by r is equal to 2AR. This is the first equation. The problem is telling us that the Bohr's model of quantization of angular momentum is valid. That means mvr is equal to nh upon 2 pi. Now we'll solve the problem exactly as we have done in the derivation. So we get V equal to nh by 2 pi mr. Substituting in equation 1. V square, which is n square s square by 4 pi square m square r square. This becomes 2AR. So m cancels out. Now if we take all the r's to one side, we'll get r to the power 4. So r will become equal to n square by 8 pi square am to the power 1 by 4. That is the equation for the radius of the nth allowed orbit. An imaginary particle has a charge equal to that of an electron and mass 100 times the mass of an electron. It moves in a circular orbit around a nucleus of charge plus 4e. Assuming Bohr's model of quantization of angular momentum to be applicable to the system, first part, derive an expression for the radius of the nth allowed orbit. Derive an expression for radius of the nth allowed orbit. And B part, find the wavelength of the emitted photon when it jumps from fourth to second orbit. So mass of this hypothetical particle is 100 times the mass of the electron. The atomic number is 4 because the nucleus is having a charge of plus 4e. We have to find Rn. So first thing we know is Bohr model is valid. So MVR will be equal to NH upon 2 pi. So velocity again will be equal to nh upon 2 pi mr. This m is the mass of the hypothetical particle. The second equation is the centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, all these masses are mass of the hypothetical particle. So let's write HP as a subscript. Now we can substitute this equation in this equation. So n square by 4 pi square mhp square r square. This is mv square upon r. This will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ze square by r square. So same r square will cancel out, 4 will cancel out, pi will cancel, one of this will go. So r will become n square h square is equal to z pi m hp e square. So now z is 4. This is 100 times m e square. So it becomes n square h square by 400 pi m e square. Okay, so this is the formula for the radius of the nth allowed orbit. Now, how to find the wavelength of the emitted photon when jumping from 4th orbit to 2nd orbit? We know that energy is equal to minus me to the power 4 by 8 epsilon naught square m square h square. So energy is proportional to mass. As the mass of the particle is going to increase, the energy of the emitted photon is going to increase. If energy is proportional to mass, the frequency is also proportional to mass. So wavelength becomes inversely proportional to mass. So E is proportional to z square by m square. Okay, it is also proportional to mass. So you can put m here. So energy of the 4th orbit will be minus 13.6. Z is 4, n is 4, and mass is 100 times. So that becomes, this is 1, so minus 136080. Energy of the 2nd orbit will be minus 13.6. Z is again 4, but n has become 2 into 100. That becomes 4 times this. 5440 minus sign electron 4. So when the electron is jumping, the change in energy is E4 minus E2. So minus 1360 plus 5440. So it comes out to 0.3 nanometer.